think it could be something good. I think it could be something good. I think it could be something good. So why don't we give it a try? 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 Why don't we give it a try?
What's up, guys? Hey, we are talking about our song Something Good. And we're so excited to tell you a little bit about the story and the inspiration behind writing and recording this song.
Yeah, it was such a fun one to see come to life, personally, for me. It's one of my favorite ones.
This one was written, I think, back in Memphis.
Yeah.
We wrote this one in our backyard sessions. Mm-hmm. This is one that Marcy had the initial idea for, that chorus thing. And I think you came to me and said, hey, think it could be something good. And you just had that already. And that was the heart of the song was there already. And we went from there. I remember that we wanted to tell a story that was really kind of our story, but it wasn't super specific. And so somebody is asking somebody out and they're not quite sure what the response is going to be.
Right.
And so that's where first verse kind of comes in. Is
because it's true, like the backstory, I think, from that first verse is like he called me. This is when we first started to date.
This is actually really interesting to hear because I remember writing the first verse and it was just a first verse to me.
Yeah.
So it's so interesting that you're like, oh, like this whole time you've equated the first verse with like exactly what
with exactly
happened. So
how
tell
it happened
me about that. Tell us about.
Right. So
that.
he reached out to me to go out for coffee, and I kind of already had an idea that he had some feelings towards me, and so I said yes, I'll go have coffee with you. Turns out we went to a Subway, but long story short. But we hung out, and he told me he was very bold and courageous. It was very attractive because he just was like straight to my face, straight to the point. I like you and I want to see where this can go. And I was like, okay, let's see how this thing goes. Turned out pretty good for us, right? It did.
And second verse was kind of from the guy's perspective or the other person's perspective, depending on who asked who. But the first line of that second verse is, don't you try to hold my hand until you can give me an answer. And so I'll tell the story behind that little part of it. So this is actually, I think we had started hanging out and it was maybe a week or two into it, and we were walking down Main Street. If you haven't been on South Main in Memphis, Tennessee, you got to check it out.
You gotta go.
It's really pretty. They got trolleys down there and the cobblestone streets, and it's really, really nice just to walk along. And so we were there, and I remember we were walking down the street towards the coffee shop, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, now we weren't dating yet, mind you.
We weren't officially like boyfriend, girlfriend. This was after I had said, okay, we can start hanging out, after the coffee date.
So this girl kind of like sneaky wise grabs my hand. She's like, hold my hand. And I don't remember if I looked at you funny or if I said this right away, but at any rate,
You held my hand. He held my hand for the remainder of the time.
So I enjoyed it. But,
you did enjoy it, but you were also...
However, once we got to the coffee shop, I kind of gave you an ultimatum.
Yeah.
And I said, look, we either are dating and we're holding hands, or neither.
And I was like, okay. Like, I had never been told this before, ever, by a guy before. Usually, like, because I feel like I can charm pretty well, and so I was trying to be charming with him. And
Anyway. I was charmed, but I knew that I wasn't trying to just have a good time, and that I was serious about the relationship. And so it was something that I'm really glad we did, because it made the relationship go in a good direction. And I think that's the kind of thing that you can say that will end up in one of two very decisive results. I always think that that's way better of a position to be in than one of ambiguity. And so that's kind of where
Right.
the
Right.
second verse comes in for those lyrics.
Yeah, it was such a good verse for the story to just flow really well together, and I'm just really glad it was a piece of the guy's perspective and of his perspective of how that happened, because I was one to hold us in. I was trying to act like we were together, but we weren't official yet, and he was like, "No, we're not gonna do this. We're not official." So I was like, "Okay."
But about a week later,
No. Yeah.
it happened. That was so long ago.
It was so long. It feels so long. It's like
It does.
5.5 years ago.
At the
we
time of
started
this
dating.
recording,
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
But it's a special song to us both. It's like our beginning, very, very beginning of us getting together. And
Yeah.
yeah.
And I remember getting together with the musicians to prepare to record. And that's something we always like to do with any of our records or recordings, is get together with the musicians beforehand, work out all the parts. It makes the recording process so much more fun.
Right.
Because you can just go in knowing what the parts can be, so that you can experiment a little bit more. And so I remember when Holden, our guitar player for this song, played that line initially, and we about freaked out.
I freaked out. I'm pretty sure I freaked out. I was
Oh,
like,
you did. You were so excited.
I was so excited. It started to easily become one of my favorite songs from the record. I was like, this guitar part was exactly what the song needed to bring it to life. And just like, it's super vibey and chill at the same time. And you're just like, I can like snap my fingers to this. And it's just like, it's a fun song to perform live as well because of that aspect. It's just like, kind of puts you in that mood, and you're, I don't know, it's a good vibe for that type of storyline too.
Yeah, we love interacting with the crowd for this song. A lot of people snap to this one.
Yeah.
And just kind of, it's fun to sing together. Mm-hmm. And it's also fun how the song kind of opens up at the very end. If you want to get super nerdy, the drum set has brushes. So Kevin, the drummer on this song, was using brushes on this song so he's kind of doing this. I'm not a drummer, obviously, but he was using brushes until the very end, and he switches to sticks, and that kind of brings the song to a new dynamic level. And so that was a lot of fun, and seeing the song go from just a acoustic song that the two of us would sing at gigs,
Right.
to a full production was really rewarding.
Right, absolutely. And just the story, again, like going back to our beginning, like what I just remember thinking, like, okay, I guess we'll give this a try. And now this song is like one of my favorite songs from our story. So, and look where we are now.
Yep.
It's worked out. We're happily married. 4 years. We just celebrated 4 years of marriage. So
that was just not too long ago at the time of this video. So if you have any advice for if you have been married for a long, long time, for 4-year married people, drop them in the comments below.
Right.
And if you're newlywed or getting married soon, hit us up, man. We'd love to chat with you.
Yeah.
Let us know how our journey has been. Give you any tips or tricks of the trade if you're looking in that direction.
Right, and stay tuned because we do have more music coming. We're really excited about this record that we're releasing, month by month. And the next song we hope you really enjoy and connect well with too. So I think a bunch of you engaged people might like it. So
also, if you're just now jumping in with us, hey, we're Suitcase Souls. We're from Nashville, Tennessee, and we're working on our very first full-length album. And it's kind of all built around the concept of a relationship and finding love. And it's about our personal love story. And we also love to just write songs for people in all walks of a relationship, whether it's in like a difficult place looking for hope, or the beginnings of love, or a place of commitment until the very end. That's what this record is about. It's going to be called The Love We Found. Maybe the whole thing is out by now if you're watching this after 2019. And so go and check it out. Check this song out. This song is called Something Good.
Something Good.
You can find it everywhere. It's on Spotify, Apple Music. For those two platforms specifically, if you could add it to your playlist, that tells the little computer robots that, oh, this song is a song that people like. And then it has more chance of getting into other playlists. So if you want to
Yeah.
help us out, if you like the stuff that we're doing, that's one way that you can help us right away. Is throw this song into your personal playlist. Throw it in like a, I don't know, summer acoustic playlist or
Yeah.
a falling in love playlist, whatever,
Right.
with whatever other music that you like. And that would help us tremendously.
Give us a follow, save the songs, all of that stuff. Sharing also on Facebook, sharing posts, sharing our songs, that also helps us get the word out. So those
Yeah.
are just like some simple ways to help us through social media. So
Absolutely. If you're looking at this video on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, you can repost it, comment, share, do all that stuff at your respective favorite platforms, and we so appreciate that, guys.
Yeah.
So thanks for hanging out with us. This is the story behind the song for Something Good. And we've had just a great time sharing it with you. So look out for new stuff coming very soon.
Very soon.
And
guys.
we're Kyle and Marcy
Yeah.
with Suitcase Songs.
Oh, and our cat Sawyer.
Sawyer.
Can't forget the kitty cat.
Yes,
This is our kitty
this
cat.
is currently our immediate family.
Our medium. He's the best.
Wave goodbye, Sawyer.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye, everybody. Cougar. We call him Cougar. I don't know why.
Call weird names.
Anyway, bye.